worst and brought the best out of me. I know I ain't perfect, but you keep blessing me. Too many gone, I'm all alone now. But I thank God I found a way, I'm finally here now. Standing strong. Same one who saw you come up, they wanna see you down. But I knew I was the chosen one when I made it out. I've been through the worst and brought the best out of me. I know I ain't perfect, but you keep blessing me. Too many gone, I'm all alone now. But I thank God I found a way, I'm finally here now. Standing strong. Same one who saw you come up, they wanna see you down. But I knew I was the chosen one when I made it out. Oh, no, you're chosen one. Not too many make it out where we come from. Too many fallen soldiers, I thank you that I made it out. Oh, no, thank you that I made it out.
All right, Kid Cartier.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Only thing you can really do is give what you truly love, what you're truly passionate and excited about, and what you feel like you can stand behind 100%. That's really all you can really control.
The advice that I can give to you is to look past that imposter syndrome, look past that self-doubt, and know why you're here.
We're Ray Jr., man. This is FutureLand. My name is Rev Carter. This is FutureLand. So, I feel like success should be determined by, your goals and what you want, right?
Guys, it's Cole Bennett. Welcome to FutureLand.
I think you need to make those decisions based on your integrity. I don't think you need to separate the two.
If I wasn't myself, if I didn't kind of shed that layer and be okay with truly who I am.
I know what it is, it's Funny Salesman, man. Welcome to FutureLand 2024. You see we outside like the mosquitoes, Cleveland, Ohio. Detroit in the building. Let's go.
So y'all know what it is. I just happen to be BKA Watson. If you hear that means somebody running their mouth too much, as I tell you all the time, keep it on the low, but tell somebody, though, I'm here representing a podcast that doesn't exist at FutureLand. And of course, I ain't by myself. Who else we got in the building, my guy?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Gates from the Pull-Up Experience. We have the honor and privilege to talk to the man of the hour, Mr. Cole Bennett, man. Thank you for coming on today, man.
Thank you for having me, man. I've never been to Cleveland before, so this is really cool. I've been a fan of Kid Cudi my whole life, and one of my favorite songs of his of all time was called Cleveland Is the Reason.
Oh, yeah.
And
Classic.
First thing I did when I touched down was play Cleveland Was the Reason. So it's cool to be here.
Yeah.
No, that's really dope. Wow. All right. Midwesterner yourself. So, we got the vibes.
Yeah.
It's going for real. Hey, man, look, we appreciate you being here in the building. And, of course, you got to say that you enjoy being in Cleveland because, we all around you. Nah, man, but really though, we happy to have you here. I guess my question is, how has your experience at FutureLand been?
It's been really cool. It's been cool to meet everyone, and like I said, being in Cleveland is something that felt so familiar to me, but I had never been here, and I kept having to check myself and be like, have I been to Cleveland before? Because it feels like a place I've been to before, but I think it's just like what you're saying. It's that Midwest feeling, and it's been cool. I think we had a really cool, well-curated conversation earlier that I don't think would be able to happen anywhere else, just bouncing conversation back and forth felt so natural. I forgot we were on a stage, like, in front of people, so it's cool.
That's what's up. Have you been able to, have more or a lot of those types of conversations or these types of events and conferences to be at?
Yeah, I think I've had conversations and I've spoken like in public settings like that, but less of which where it feels like a true back and forth where you're just kind of allowing people in and it's like you're breaking down that fourth
Yeah.
wall, and that's what today really felt like. Sometimes you feel more like you're on a stage, and I didn't feel that, which is a really comfortable setting to be in when you're speaking like that, you know.
That's dope. So, with you being a creative, what is your biggest takeaway from being here at FutureLand today?
I'd say the biggest takeaway is you know, going back and forth with Ibrahim and Sean, you kind of learn so much in real time. You know, it's really cool to hear other people's perspectives who are in the same industry as you.
Yeah.
And like I learned a lot from Ibrahim today, hearing him talk. Even the way Sean was navigating the questions, and also the audience, like they offered up some cool questions, and I even got to meet some people afterwards. That it was cool because, you know, Cleveland, the Midwest. I'm from Illinois, so you know I see a lot of myself in like a lot of the people I've talked to. So it's
That's
like
dope.
I don't know. It's fun when stuff like this exists in a place like Cleveland, you know, because it's like a major market, kind of. It's a big city, but you don't always get a ton of traffic through. So it's cool to see people rallying behind an event and coming out and seeing people come together from a community aspect.
That's dope.
No, for sure, for sure. I think that's really dope to hear you say that you sat down with people in the same industry as you, and for as big as you are, for as wide of a range and following that you have, to be able to still say, I learned from some people today and still be teachable is super dope, bro. Because a lot of people feel like they will probably look at you and just assume that you know everything and you got it figured out.
Yeah, no, I think that was the biggest thing that, you know, I think we touched on a lot today, is the fact that that's not the reality. And I've kind of been switching my mindset over the last year of like, okay, I really want to become a student. I recently moved to New York to try and just put myself in a environment that is unlike anything I know, to try and learn from people, whether that be people on the street, friends that I've made, talking to people on the train, whatever it may be. And I think in settings like this, you can really become a student, you know, and there's so many people that are so excited and they don't realize that they have so much to teach as well. You know, that kid who's editing in his room at night and comes to this event the next day to try to learn something, he also has so much to give. And I think it's just trying to instill that confidence in them, and then in return, that gives me confidence.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Very dope.
Well, since we're here at FutureLand, bro, what can we expect from you in the future?
In the future, I really just, right now, what I'm focusing on is like mentorship. Like I'm still doing music videos. I want to step into films, and I know it's a long, gradual process. It's interesting because music videos, I'm able to shoot a music video and then it can come out in a week, you know, and that whole process is very stimulating, and it all happens very quickly. With movies, you know, you work on a film sometimes for 3, 4, 5 years, and I think it's just a element of patience that I'm learning. And the mentorship side of things, I've been doing music videos for 10 plus years, and now I'm signing young directors to try and mentor them and give them the resources, because I know that it's not the easiest craft to get into. You have to really be efficient and effective and resourceful in the best ways you can. So there's people that I've gotten to watch on my journey that I've been a fan of for years, that I now get to hand the resources and mentorship, and they can learn from me and I can learn from them. So I'd say between that whole, you know, situation, and then also the idea of stepping into films, I'd say that's like what's next and what I'm most excited for. It's a process.
No, that's dope. So stepping into the film space, like we've seen some smaller creators, like the guys who just did Talk to Me, coming from YouTube and then going into film. Do you feel like with all your experience and what you got behind yourself that you have some advantages to be able to step into it? And also, if you are going to get your first shot, what genre you going to go for?
I think I have a lot of advantages. I also have a lot of disadvantages. You know, I think there's so much I have to learn. I think there's a lot I already know. You know, I think the visual language of things and some of the cadence approaches, like I think I got it down to a T, and I know what I'm trying to communicate. but then again, it's a big jump, you know, to go from the music video director role into, a film director role. It's two different worlds, and there's a lot of pressure, and it's a community that isn't always as welcoming. You know, it's like the music video guy, and it comes with a lot of challenges. And at the end of the day, it's about the story, you know. And one of my favorite films is Belly. Hype Williams stepping into a full feature was a big moment, you know, and it was shot like a music video, and it had music artists involved, and it's a hard thing to do, you know. And you see people like Mark Romanek. He did a movie. He was an iconic music video director. Worked with people like Johnny Cash, David Bowie, Red Hot Chili Peppers. He did a film with Robin Williams, and if you look at Belly and this movie that I'm talking about called 1 Hour Photo, they're both from debut features from music video directors, and there's so many elements of a music video within it, and it's really cool for me to see. And there's no right or wrong way to do anything, you know? So I think the advantage is some of the visual language and things that you can do. And I think the disadvantage is just the fact that, you know, you've been in the space for so long, but you've never done it. It's like you think you have all this experience, but it's your first step of this chapter. So it's like being someone who's been in it for so long, but at the same time, you're like a rookie in that sense. So it's like an interesting battle. And I think there's a little more pressure that comes with it. In terms of the genre that I would make, I don't know yet. I said I moved to New York, and I think a big part of moving to New York is kind of spending some time there and seeing what story I want to tell. And I'm kind of waiting for it to just dawn over me. And I'm working on this documentary right now on, you know, the impact of Chief Keef and his relationship to Chicago, and him ultimately returning back to Chicago this last year. Something that we worked with the city for a while to do. And I think there's just a really special story there. It's something that's familiar to me. It's a documentary. It feels like a good first piece and like transitional bridge moment into my filmmaking career.
That's dope. So, Cole, man, let me, I know you're a very important man with important things to do. Real quick, where can people learn more about you? Where can they follow you? Where can they just see your past work, man?
So everything's kind of spread out. But my social media and all that is just Cole Bennett. And then, you know, my company is called Lyrical Lemonade, and that's where you can find my work, as well as some of those directors I was talking about that I'm helping build up and mentoring right now. And that's where you can find everything.
We appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just walked in here. I didn't realize.
Hey, man, listen, we be
Yeah.
right here. Stay ready. We ain't got to get ready. You block in, sit down. We with it.
No,
All right, man,
I'm happy we did that. That was fun.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate everybody for being in the building. We
Yes.
appreciate you for being here, bro, for the conference itself, and to just come sit down with us for a minute and just debrief one time. FutureLand, that is another one in the books.
Yes.
We cooking. We'll see y'all on the next go round. Of course, my man, make sure y'all tapped in, following B for the pull-up experience. And myself, as always, BKA, bald, knowledgeable as Watts. And we'll catch y'all on the next one of them things. Keep it on the low, but tell somebody that was a podcast that doesn't exist.